how's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Across the White Water Tower. I wrote it down just so I didn't fuck it up, but the guys can say their names and what they do in the band.
Hi, I'm Evan. I play guitar and I do all the production and synth work.
Hi, I'm Miles. I play bass and I do some clean vocals.
There we go, guys. Well, thank you very much for coming on. I know Evan, I gotta give him a shout out because he's been hitting the DMs real hard. So,
Yeah, man.
huge thanks. But I guess the first question, guys, that I asked everyone I have on is, how did you start out the band? Kind of the origin story of across the
Right.
White Water Tower. I'm gonna get this right.
Yeah, it's a mouthful. The band name's long. Our new album name is even longer. Yeah, we don't make it easy for anyone. So the band was started by our vocalist Matt Sosa, and the name came from a little story where he was at his current girlfriend at the time. It was like 2014 or so that this happened. He was at her house, and his friend was trying to come over so they could all hang out, and he had no idea where to go. And he's like, dude, like where's the crib? Like, I'm trying to find the place. and it was on Prospect Street in Spring Valley.
I think so.
Right? Yeah. And
there.
you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Matt tells our boy, he's like, oh dude, it's across the White Water Tower, because that was the only landmark in sight, and it was this white water tower which they now repainted red.
No, it's blue.
It's blue.
It's like an aquamarine.
Yeah.
Oh my
but
God.
It's not white anymore, but yeah, it was like originally a direction, the band name. But yeah, so Matt started the band, and then Miles, Dev, and Steven came along soon after, and I joined in like 2017. And we have a new guitar player as well named Nico, who joined pretty recently. So we're the 60s now.
Wow, that is insane. I was trying to, like, that was the question that was like boggling my head for a little bit, because I've seen you guys like locally, just in the PA area, and I was like, that A must be a mouthful to say every time. B, I'm like, there's got to be some sort of like story behind it, much like any other band, and that's awesome. And like, so that all started kind of, I guess like in 2017. You said 2016.
Yeah, the band name started a little earlier, and our buddy Arnold, who's now our main like assistant tour manager, roadie tech guy. We're so glad to have him back on the team, and he came with us on our Attack Tech tour. He was our original guitar player that started the band with Matt, and they had the name since 2014, but we really started playing like those pre-sale shows, those like local like opening for bigger artist shows in like 2017 when we really got rolling. So yeah, we've been around for like 5 years or so, more or less.
Yeah, and I've seen you guys. I think but before the one show that we were talking about, I saw you guys up in, I think it was Frenchtown, New Jersey, with Alisana. But I think the time before that, I was trying to remember when the last time I saw you beyond that. I think it was at Voltage Lounge. And I don't remember the show.
Might have been with like I Set My Friends on Fire.
It could have been.
Bad Omens? Was it Bad Omens?
Bad Omens was a little bit later that we played with them there. But we did play there a bunch. That's one of our favorite venues to play in Philly. I love that place.
Voltage is always a good spot. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be back to booking shows again. But
for sure, yeah.
You did mention, Evan, you guys went on tour with Attack recently. As a, elder scene kid, I couldn't be more stoked for you guys, because that's like a band that,
thanks, man.
much like I'm sure you guys grew up with. How does it feel to, go out on a tour like that, obviously to play to a bunch of different cities and just like, be a part of that? Because that bill package was great too. So just to be in that company, how was that?
It was nuts, man. It's crazy. Like,
yeah, it was a dream come true. Like,
you grew up actually seeing them.
Yeah, I actually saw them back in 2011.
Wow.
And it was just like, oh my gosh. It was Warped Tour.
Oh,
it was a Warped Tour,
yeah.
and it was awesome. I was 17 years old, and I was just enjoying every second, and just insane how I got to see them on Warped Tour and then go on tour with them.
Yeah,
freaking crazy.
It's one of those things that you just like I kind of like got the phone call, or you told me, and it didn't believe it to the point I was like crying, and I was like, "You're bullshitting me! Like, stop fucking around, dude! Like, it's not funny! Like,
I'm not bullshitting.
This is a sick joke, man. Come on, why you gotta do this?
It's a sick joke.
No, it's so funny because like even like when we posted it, a lot of people didn't believe we were actually doing it. But, like back in the day, like people would post like fake tour flyers. They're going on tour, like asking Alexandria and stuff. That shit never happened.
But yeah, definitely a dream come true. And they're all super nice and humble guys, and getting to like meet them and just exist with them on the road was a really cool experience. Yeah, Attack was cool. Their current lineup is made up of a bunch of really cool guys, but the Andrews that were in the band originally are fantastic, and Conquer Divide was super fun too, and shout out Until I Wake as well. The whole package was
they're all awesome dudes.
Yeah, no egos. Everybody was cool.
Nobody was problematic. Thank God.
Yeah.
Right?
Great. Yeah.
So freaking dope.
And plenty of crab core to be had. That
oh yeah, every day,
all day, every day.
I'm kind of kosher, but I'm all about the crab.
Yeah, we're Jewish metalcore. The two of us and Steven as well. We're Jewish. So we have a shirt with a menorah on it. And,
that's actually pretty sick. Honestly, funnily enough, everybody. This is a running joke about my channel. My logo kind of looks like the Star of David, so everybody thinks that I'm Jewish, and then they're very confused when they see me. So I wouldn't say that I know, but I do happen to know, apparently.
Yeah, that's great.
But the next question, guys, kind of in the same lane, who kind of influenced you early on to play your instruments, and then who kind of influences across the Whitewater Tower more currently now?
You want to start?
Yeah, so I really liked Fieldy from Korn and like Marcus Miller. So like that's what got me into bass. But like singing wise, like Burt McCracken from The Used,
nice.
Our Last Night, and like Guns N' Roses. Strangely enough.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
For me personally, I grew up on a lot of like thrash metal. Like I remember hearing Megadeth on the radio. Like this is like so boomer of me. Yeah, I heard Megadeth on the radio. I was like, dude, I want to do that shit. And then I was like a crazy Metallica kid for like way too long, and then got into a lot of progressive metal like Periphery, Animals Leaders, Velmaya. We both obsess over
Velmaya. Is amazing.
Yeah. Shout out Lucas, who actually does some like vocal production and stuff for us.
Very cool.
He's my vocal coach. He's the freaking man.
Yeah. But currently for the band, there's a band from Japan called Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas that we all are huge on. You're familiar? Awesome.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah. Our synth work in our new album is like very influenced by them, and the Japan metal scene in general has a lot of really cool bands that they just have this different sound to them that Americans don't really do. I don't know, but for me personally, and especially our vocalist Matt, that band's a huge influence. So shout out them.
I feel like oh, go ahead, Miles.
Yeah, it's so funny. I feel like everybody has such different influences.
Like I also love like reggae and weird shoegaze music. Like I listen to this band called Have a Nice Life. Just weird experimental shit. Dev listens to like K-pop and weird rap shit. I know Steven's a big Brockhampton fan, as am I.
Oh, nice.
Rest in peace.
And then freaking, it's so funny because Nico kept on playing Rascal Flatts, and I kept on telling him not to put the Rascal Flatts on. I'm like, damn, bro.
Nico loves Fit for a Can. That's probably his favorite band.
Okay.
Yeah, he got to play on stage with them for like one song, like when they came through Jersey a few years ago. There's a video on his Facebook somewhere. That was really cool.
Yeah, I feel like you guys, because I listened to Anxiety, which guys you should go check out, and I'll leave a link in the description to go listen to. Just go listen to all of it. It's all great, but that was the first one that came to mind. So, but I love that you guys have that cool, like somehow you take that like kind of J-pop, like definitely bands that I personally have been falling in love with recently. I don't know if you're familiar with the band Passcode or not, but
sounds familiar.
They're sick, and the synth work, like kind of in that sort of lane, reminds me a lot of what you guys do, and that I've been on that kick for a hot second. So for me,
yeah,
that was
dude.
cool. And obviously, we talked about Attack, but I feel like if I didn't mention it, I would be a heathen. So I feel like you guys definitely have that sort of like, that nostalgia Attack synth flavor, so
For sure. Yeah, like the self-titled is one of my favorite metalcore records. Also a big shout out to I Set My Friends on Fire.
Yes.
You can't spell slaughter without laughter.
Those guys are amazing people.
Yeah.
I love them so much.
Great band. That record is fucking iconic.
Iconic, yes it is.
Yeah.
And then I feel like you also meld in bands like what I've been listening to recently, like Dropout Kings, where you kind of have like a little bit of like rap hip hop influence in there too. So
shout out Adam.
Yeah,
shouts to Adam. I feel like you guys kind of combine those two, like synthy kind of like J-pop style stuff with like some like like metalcore, like just kind of like a weird like J-metal metalcore baby with like that plays synth. That's how I feel like you guys kind of vibe with.
We kind of want something for everybody, but we've somehow also found our sound through that on this record, which was an interesting process for sure.
Oh, I'm sure. And I feel like with Anxiety, it kind of, what I appreciated the most about it and just kind of listening through to it is that like each person has highlighted so well, and I feel like that's very hard to kind of nail down, especially with like a lot of members in a band, but somehow you guys do it super well. So kudos to you guys, because it, to me personally, for having bands on this channel for 6 years, like that's really impressive to me. So I feel like you guys are going in that right direction. So
thank you
so much, man.
That's definitely the direction we want to go with the synth. And Anxiety and Reasons to Recall, those two songs are definitely the style we're just going to continue going in general. The synth has been a really cool thing to experiment. For me personally, I know the fans really enjoy, like, those songs definitely do better than any other ones live, for sure.
Yeah.
The first time we played Anxiety live, which was at the Elisana show that you were at for the music video shoot, where the live clips from that video or from that show, it was just so much fun. I remember everybody just jumping up and down. Everybody got so hyped.
I feel like people knew the lyrics somehow too.
Yeah, but it wasn't even out yet. It's kind of, I'm really happy with how that one came out. So thanks for highlighting that. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. And you guys can go check it out. All the links will be in the description. But next question, guys. Keeping it more current, who have you listened to lately? What's on your Spotify? What do you kind of listen to on a day-to-day? I always love asking this question because maybe there's some bands that I can go check out now.
You want to go?
Yeah. I've been listening to a lot of Caskets and like Holding Absence and shit like that. Also, like Normandy, and I don't know. I just love the boy band freaking metalcore stuff. It's awesome. Yeah, hell yeah. There's also this band called Outwaves from like Boston, Mass. I really like them. They were like a local band, but I thought they were just incredible.
Their vocalist Steve Allman was fantastic. He still is fantastic.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Yeah, they haven't played in a while, but that band's super talented for sure.
Super good.
For me, I've been jamming the new Reflections, the Fantasy Effect Redux that came out today or yesterday. I don't even know, but
it's
I just
today,
listened so
I think.
much. Yeah, dude, I'm just so happy. Like, that record was so influential for me back in the day. All Reflections music is, so I'm glad that they took the time to re-record it. Also, anything that Loathe has ever put out, I'm a huge Loathe fan. I could talk about I Let It In and Took Everything fucking all day long. I think I mention it on every single podcast.
It is well worth the mention every time. So
it's okay. I mention Normandy every podcast.
Yeah,
we got a mutual like.
But I think as much as you love Normandy, I love Loathe.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure. I've also I'm looking at my Spotify right now, just trying to figure out what I've been listening to. The Deer Hunter Act 1. I've been jamming a lot. Yeah. And then also Merriweather Post Pavilion by Animal Collective.
Ooh, okay.
Animal Collective.
Yeah.
I haven't heard them in a while.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. I took a Reddit like music plunge like at the beginning of COVID because I got sick of like everything I was listening to. And I was like, why am I wasting time on listening to music that I've already listened to when I could explore new things? So I got into the experimental shit, and that record was like at the top of this 250 list of records from Reddit that r/music decided were the
Oh
best and
God.
most influential.
Holy
So
shit.
yeah, I'm a big spot. Matt called me a Spotify dweller last night, and honestly, he's right.
I don't think you could have a higher compliment, honestly. I feel like that's a flex, you know.
Low
But
key. Low key.
I gotta give you a shout out. I do like that Miles mentioned Normandy. I feel like they don't get enough love. I've been a fan for a hot second, so just to get them to mention, you know, shouts to Normandy. And then I just saw Caskets on Sunday.
How were they?
Oh,
I'm so upset that I missed them. I was like,
man, it was. I almost didn't go, so I want to give a shout out to my homie Jed. He's in this band called Alive in Fiction. If you haven't checked them out, they got some hot
one of the
shit.
most talented people in New Jersey.
Amen, amen. He's my son, so I gotta give him a shout out. But so he hit me up to go to the Dayseeker tour, and I mean, I'm already wearing a Thornhill shirt,
Yes.
so you already know. But they were awesome. I posted like a little clip of them playing at House Independence. Fantastic. That whole tour is wild. That is probably top 5 favorite shows I've been to, and I've been to a lot of shows. So I feel like
that's
like
awesome.
I don't want to rub it in, Miles, but
no,
like
it's all good. It's all good. Sometimes I get like, I don't know. Sometimes I just don't make it to shows. Like, it's tired.
It happens, dude.
It happens. Yeah.
But Dayseeker, I'm really glad that they're getting the recognition they deserve, because Sleep Talk is probably my favorite record for them, and I'm really glad that they're getting a chance to play it. And I know all of us have been fans of them since pretty much the beginning, as they literally stayed in Miles's basement back in the day.
They slept
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah, we watched The Flash together. I made them watch The Flash. I'm like, you're watching The Flash, motherfuckers.
First time I met them was my second show with the band. We were opening for Carousel Kings, them, The Plot You, and Ice Nine Kills when they were playing Every Chick in the Book, and that was such a sick show.
Oh,
that's wild.
Yeah, Dayseeker was fucking awesome. So shout out Dayseeker.
They are still chef's kiss. Love them.
And shout out Holding Absence. The UK scene is doing amazing things.
Oh, hell yeah! It's like, I gotta go out there, man. Like,
I want to play there,
dude. I just want to see Normandy and
all these Caskets
and Holding
Sally Thunder and Concepts.
Yeah,
Novelist, Landmarks.
Yeah.
Landmarks is so good.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That new record's great.
From our home.
Yeah, it's fire. Slaps.
Yeah. I did want to pick up on a point that Evan mentioned earlier, which I've been saying this for years, but you were talking about like the Japanese metal scene and how they're just like cut above everything, right? And that's generally how I feel about most bands that aren't in the States. Like, I feel like Japan always kills it. Like, UK. Europe always kills it. Australia kills it. They're all like, and then, you know, I always make the joke that like the US is always like 2 or 3 years behind. And then like somebody that released like a Loathe record, like Loathe released a record, and there's probably bands now in the States that are doing the same exact thing. And I'm like, you know, it already happened already. So, you know,
the only like American band that I think is ahead of the game is Veil Maya. Like,
oof,
seriously,
they're just like
synthwave vegan.
I was gonna say that.
Shout outs to Eric DiCarlo for doing a great job for that music video, killing it.
But next question, guys. Keeping it fun. If you guys could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
We actually covered WAP over COVID.
What?
It exists on our YouTube channel, and there's a full music video for it.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to watch that.
The most silly, unprofessional shit we've ever done. And
I was wearing a shirt that was way too small for me.
Yeah. It was a mess. Like it was like we did it in like one day just because we wanted to get it out, and it was really fun. So that exists. I don't bring it up much, but it exists. But if I could cover anything, like seriously, I'd want to cover like a Bon Iver song, like something not metal. Like I want to do specifically 33 God by Bon Iver. I feel like I could
Okay.
I could do it justice on that song.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, if I had to cover something that I would probably try to like make a like metalcore version of November Rain. I feel like that would be
Hell yeah.
a slapper because dude, that song is just I don't even if you don't like Guns N' Roses,
Touches
like
the heartstrings.
it
Yeah.
touches
Pulls on
the
them.
heart. Yeah.
Pulls on the heart. I feel
Yeah.
that. Well, guys,
Yeah, like
oh, go ahead, Miles. Go
they're
ahead.
like a Avenged Sevenfold
Oh, okay.
dialect of November Rain. Imagine that. That'd be amazing.
I want to cover Lost by Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
With the auto tune.
Awesome, guys. Well, if you have any suggestions for Across the White Water Tower, drop them in the comments.
Let us know.
You know, I'm sure they have some feedback on that one. But next question, guys. For those who checked out this interview, new fans, old fans, whatever, what would be one track you would recommend them to listen to first?
If not Anxiety, then definitely Reasons Recall. Because like I said, those two songs are definitely the direction we're gonna go. If I had anything personal that I want anybody to hear, Killing Harmony or Demon Raised to Be Frightened are two of my favorite guitar-based tracks.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
if you're not big on the synth stuff and you like the straight-up metalcore, those two songs are for you. Miles?
See, I like Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps is my favorite.
We're really proud of the lyrics on that one. It was fun for that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's got, I feel like it's like the most proud of my singing I've ever been. So like
It's a fun chorus.
it's a fun chorus.
Any of those songs.
There we go. Well, you guys have some recommendations. Go check them out. Let them know what you think, whether DM them or, comment. I'm just telling a lot of people to comment.
Yeah,
that's the point.
Let us know. We love
um,
feedback. We want to talk to everybody. Let us know.
Yeah. No, yeah, we love our fans. Our fans are our family.
I feel that. I feel that on an emotional level here. So, next question, guys. Gotta ask, what is your favorite food to eat?
So, I love sushi, but that's a really easy answer. My actual answer, and everybody's gonna look at me weird, is escargot.
I would have
do with that
never
information
picked.
what
I
you
would
will.
have never thought that. That is.
There's actually a shortage of it in the world, so anytime I get a chance to like order it, I always do because that option is so few and far between, and it's not an everyday thing, so it's
Sure.
usually only at like the nice restaurants whenever I get a chance to do that, which I don't because I'm a broke musician. But when I do, I order it because it's really fucking good. That's where I'm at. Miles.
So my favorite food is green curry, but like it's got to be at this one spot is just the best. It's in New York City. It's called Uptie. If you have some money to spend, it's so worth it.
We have bougie food palates. It's kind of
Yeah.
It's really bad. Honestly.
You know what's funny? We both don't like Jewish food. It's not that good.
It's the worst. My boys pranked me a few years ago, and they left a jar of gefilte fish on the front of my driveway. I put a shitty on it. It's like, you think I'm gonna eat this or something? Like, you think you're doing me a favor? It's nasty.
Everybody like our drummer Steven, I go out to a diner with him,
Matzo soup every time.
and he's like, why don't you guys order? He goes up to me and I, why don't you order the matzo soup? It's amazing. Every time, I'm like, it's horrible.
It's horrible.
It's horrible. And my mom actually
The
said
Jews need to stay out of the kitchen.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Israeli food could be okay though. Like
Latkes and
shawarma's fire.
shawarma.
Fair
I like
enough.
halal, but that's not technically Jewish. It's Middle
Yeah.
Eastern.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough for me.
You're in there. Yeah, I was gonna say you're in the range of.
Yeah.
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 I feel that. Yeah. Oh my god, that's great. I love that. I can't go green curry. I gotta give a shout out to Miles on that one. That's a fire answer. I like that. I wouldn't have never expected escargot from you, Evan. I want to say that would have been my last like if I had a sheet of what I feel like Evan was gonna pick, that was definitely not on the list.
I'll say right now, if anybody wants to challenge Miles to like a spicy food contest, you will lose. But if you do win in some weird fucking galaxy that doesn't exist, we will give you free merch. If you eat some like Carolina Reapers straight up, which I mean I know you'll do.
I did one. I did the chip. I did the chip. I did a.
You ate a chip, and then you looked at me and you're like, why do they only give you one chip?
It's a ripoff. One chip challenge is a ripoff. It's a ripoff. Give you one chip. It's spicy, but it's not that bad.
We did the B-Dubs Blazing Challenge on tour, and you just demolished that shit in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I did it in 2 minutes.
The waiter said he's never seen anything like it.
He's like, you, sir, are a psychopath.
I feel like if you were just going out of your way on tour, which, by the way, on tour you decided to do this. I just want to say that you have balls of steel. So I gotta give props, because I feel like if I was on tour, I would not be trying to mess with my body in any sort of way.
That's my philosophy, and I try to tell everybody that. I'm like, you need to preserve yourselves, and then you're eating all the spicy foods, and then Steven's like locating the nearest taco joint in every city the second we get there. Funny story, we were in Charlotte with Ismfoff, and he DoorDash tacos, and the taco place happened to be right across the street from the venue. And the DoorDash guy was just angry at him for some reason. And I'm sitting here like, I would have taken that order in like 0.2 seconds. Like, that's easy money for me, bro.
That's that's a quick turnaround. That's all I'm saying.
He's like, dude, it's right across the street. Why did you just walk? And he's like, I didn't even know. I just wanted tacos, man.
Yeah, he loves tacos.
Loves tacos.
I mean,
we put one at the merch table. Tips for tacos.
And tacos are fire, especially if they're spicy. You know, they can't be not spicy. If they're not spicy, obviously.
I mean, I feel like that's very much in the Miles answer lane. If it's not, spicy,
he won't eat it.
I don't want it.
Yeah,
he just won't eat it.
If it's like,
you won't eat it.
If it's barbecue,
you won't.
Like, barbecue's too spicy for people too. Like, I don't know. Like,
they don't have any culture.
That's true.
We have culture.
I gave like barbecue chicken to my grandpa, and he's like, "It's too spicy." I'm like, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
There you go.
Man, that's your grandpa's extra as fuck. But
yeah.
Anyway, guys, the next question is, if you guys could pick anybody to collaborate on an up and coming record, who would you like to work with?
What do you think?
You know, it's crazy. I would love for Hobson to get on a song with us.
That'd be awesome. That'd be clean.
Because, like, just want like somebody that's fire at spinning bars, you know?
That's the thing, like, we could easily have a screamer, but I also definitely want a rapper. Like, I would love like JID or some shit like that.
Ooh, okay.
But, as far as like a metal vocalist, I really want to fucking do like, you know how bands recently are like re-releasing songs with a guest vocalist? That's like a thing happening now.
Yeah.
I would love to re-release Wyland P3 with Isaiah Wooten, who is our photographer on the Attack tour. And he's the screamer for a band called Gut Fauna, who are like Loathe style, progressive, sludgy, like new metalcore. And he got up on like the breakdown at the end, like where Dev does his part like right before it slows down. And I would love to do like a re-release of that track with him on it. That'd be really, because he killed it.
He's honestly like the most underrated vocalist.
He's the most underrated vocalist.
Photographer.
Yeah, everybody.
Human being, he's just the best.
Yeah, wonderful guy.
Love that dude. He's awesome.
He's definitely gonna be coming out on our future tours, so all of our content y'all can look forward to be shot by him for sure. But he came up every night for that part and he fucking killed it. So some shit like that'd be cool.
That'd be hard.
But
I'd be about it. But guys, if you have any other suggestions for Across the Whitewater Tower, you just go, go on your phone, you type in twitter.com, or you go on the app and you tag, Across the Whitewater Tower on Twitter, and then you do at whoever you want, and then you just type in collab ? And I don't want to say it's a legally binding contract because I'm not involved, but I feel
Once
like
it hits Twitter,
I
it
feel
hits
once
Twitter.
once it hits Twitter, I feel like it's out of my hands now. You know what I mean? So
Oh shit!
so if you
Twitter.
got any
Yeah,
good ones, let them know.
we're always open to suggestions for things. Like we were talking the other day, because someone was telling us jokingly that the Roaring Twenties, which is the jazz interlude on our record, was their favorite song on said record. But like we were talking about how In Fear and Faith has an EP called Symphonies, where they were just screaming over symphonies. And I would also love to do an EP, like a 4-track of just jazz tunes. That would be alright.
It's like
So
that
we're
one.
willing to get jiggy. You know, we have no boundaries, no limits. We don't give a shit. We just want to make fun music.
I mean, honestly, jazz music is metal just slowed down, so it's
Without
good.
overdrive.
Without, yeah,
Without
Yeah, you were
gain.
talking about Marcus Miller. Like I'm a
Yeah.
big Snarky Puppy fan.
yeah.
You know, like I used to be in a jazz trio with my dad. My dad's a drummer, and he actually helped
What?
me out with the drum parts on that song, The Roaring
Oh,
Twenties.
that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Shout out Steven's dad. But
Shout out Papa Steve.
Papa Steve is the
Papa
best.
Steve.
Goat.
You did mention that a jazz track. So like, how did that jazz interlude come? Like, what was your thought process behind that? Because I feel like, for me, that would just be not in the pocket. Like, I would be like, why would I might write a jazz interlude track for a metalcore record? But I mean, you guys have done some insane shit already, so I shouldn't be surprised. But I'm gonna act surprised for video purposes.
So we knew we wanted to do some type of piece that incorporated a few different songs separately that flowed into each other, which ended up being Hydrogeist, The Roaring Twenties, and then Discomfort. The piano at the end of Hydrogeist, and then also all the piano work in The Roaring Twenties was done by our buddy Adam Glock. Shout out him.
Oh, he's the best.
He's the nicest guy ever, and he's such a talented dude.
Yeah, perfect pitch.
He's got
man.
perfect pitch.
Yeah,
I always say he was the motherfucker in school. The bell would ring and be like, "Oh, that's a G."
yeah.
He was that motherfucker.
Every time we get in the car, like we usually do the coffee runs. I'm a big coffee fan. So
You sing about it in Reasons.
Yeah, I sing about it in Reasons.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, freaking so he'll like tell me every like thing he hears in my car, but like, oh, that's a G minor, that's a C. Whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, he's super talented. He does work for like plays and like pit orchestras and stuff like that.
Cool.
But we knew we wanted to incorporate him somehow on the record, and we knew we needed some type of interlude. And the last one we did like a classical piano piece that was done by a separate producer. But this time we were like, let's fucking do a jazz song, because why not? Like everything is pretty much a why not situation. Like why? Like let's do this. Yeah, why not? You know, let's call a song Michael Phelps. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the piano at the end of Hydrogeist, and then also, like I said, all the production keyboard work in that song was done by him. So yeah, it just kind of worked out that way, that it ended up being a jazz track. And then, like I said, I also wanted to get my dad in there somehow. And I completely bullshitted him when I was telling him what he was working on, because like at the time he would just come down to the studio we're in now, and I would record him on our drum kit here, and I'd be like, hey, you know, I need help on this one song. Like, I don't know, it's not for anything. I was like really bullshitting, and I wanted to get him to like actually track it, but since I didn't tell him what it was for, he didn't like actually practice the song, so I just like had him help me with the MIDI production on it. And when I told him when the record came out that it was his drum parts, he like almost got mad that I didn't tell him what it was for, because he would have like wood-shitted the fucking parts so he could have actually played on it. But we're gonna get him in some more stuff too, because he's super talented, and I like having him involved in some way. And the band's always been about more than just the members itself, and having other people involved, whether it's visually or musically or just some way having other people help out. It's like more than just the sum of his parts kind of thing. So
I'm just waiting
that's where the jazz thing came from. It's a culmination of all those things. Yeah.
I'm just waiting for your dad to just start doing some blast beats on the drum kit in the back.
I guess I'll spoil this now. We're gonna have him come up for like an outro at one of our shows over the summer and sit in on drums, and
That's
we'll like all
lit.
switch. Like we used to all switch instruments when we played No I'm Dirty Dan live, and we're gonna have him come up for drums for one of the shows.
That's so sick.
So yeah, if anybody's in the Jersey area, we're doing the Metal Antics Podcast Fest. We're
Okay.
headlining that with like As Within So Without, and he'll make an appearance at that show. So come see Big
That's gonna
Steve
be so.
live on stage.
Steve live.
Big Steve live. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Next question. My personal favorite. As you can tell, I'm a video game fanatic over here. So
Okay, dude.
I'll tell you, if you could be a video game character, who would you be?
I'd be Jack from Jack and Daxter. I want to go to like
Classic.
I want to go like dark Jack mode. Strike
Flex.
lightning on people.
All
You were
right.
big into like the N64 and all the classic games and shit. Like
Yeah.
I missed that shit. Like I was like a little late for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm old.
I feel that.
Class of 2011 shout out.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I kind of want to pop into like the original Red Dead Redemption. I don't know. That game was so
okay.
dope. Like
Okay.
it was such a like gloomy vibe, and like the map was like beautiful, or like The Last of Us or some shit like that. I don't know. I like open world shit.
I was gonna say I thought you just liked depression, but that was the.
Yeah, well that too. Yeah.
But I like your choices. I gotta give it to my man Miles with the Jax pick because listen, I'm an old head. Also class of 2011 as well. So
Oh, hell yeah.
so I'm old as shit. So
You still look young, man.
Oh, bless. Thank you. But I but yeah, I like old PlayStation, old Nintendo, all that sort of stuff. Like that's my jam. I literally, if I could like scope my room out, I just have like a bunch of like I literally have like a Pokemon Funko Pop hanging out on my desk here.
That's awesome.
So I got too much shit on here, but
I got Yoda on the wall up here.
I still play PlayStation 2.
you got it.
Yeah,
I would play PS2 just for Burnout.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
have that on mine.
classic.
Dude, my favorite fucking game growing up was like the Polar Express game on the Game Boy.
Are you actually being serious?
No, I'm dead. I'm not even kidding. I love that fucking game. Yeah. Like as a tiny child, that was my shit.
I like Jack 3. That was the best
Oof.
game of all time, in my opinion.
Oof.
But,
Well,
or Ratchet.
I knew you were about to say Ratchet and Clank.
I was gonna say that feels in the same lane. Well, since we're all talking about it, I feel like people already know my favorite game of all time, but it's got to be Pokemon Silver. That's my jam.
Oh,
Hell yeah, dude.
That's one of the best Pokemon games, if not the best Pokemon game of all time. I don't care. Y'all can fight me in the comments here, but
did you have the Game Shark?
I did for a little bit, and I was like, listen, I can't be doing that to my Silver, so I just didn't do it. But I've used the Game Sharks. That's an OG item for the Nintendo. So you got it. Listen, you got it. That's a flex. But
yeah, I had Ruby, and like I got like my Pokemon all up to like level 100. And I was playing against everybody. I was kicking everybody's ass.
That's how you know. That's how you know you're serious about it. Is if you go out of your way by the Game Shark, and then you just go to all of your other friends and just like beat their ass. That's the
obliterate everything.
Obliterate. Yeah, that's the ultimate flex. So I respect that.
Absolutely.
That's a move there, Miles. But
We play to win.
Fair enough. All right, guys. Next question: if you were to compile a dream tour lineup, including your band, who would you have on?
You want the Used. I know that right now.
Yeah, I mean, used, but what's funny? I'd still probably put Attack on that list too. Like the Used, Attack. Normandy. But I wish I could go back in time and take like 2000.
Pick a specific era.
2010, Asking Alexandria, and like in their prime when they got all the scene cuts and stuff.
Oh
yeah. I would go on tour with that Asking Alexandria, not this new stuff.
Not this bluesy rock and roll out.
I don't know what happened. I was so you're my age, so
I am.
You've seen Asking in its prime, right?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, they were fantastic.
It's like it was like so weird because like I was like young. I used to follow Asking Alexandria. I was so into.
There's a reason you can find like a Prophecy at the average karaoke bar. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
It's just like, and then all of a sudden they opened up for Slipknot and they're doing all like bluesy tunes. I was like, what's going on?
For
they
me,
fell off.
Like Periphery, Lows, Us, obviously, and then like I don't know. I want to tour Ism Foff again.
Yeah,
that would be a wild tour if that existed. That would be
like
insane.
All random experimental bands.
I mean, Human Abstract.
Human Abstract.
Human Abstract. I was gonna say
Reflections.
Yeah, Human Abstract.
We love Digital Veil by the Human Abstract.
Digital Veil is amazing.
It's your favorite record.
I wish Old Asking and freaking the Human Abstract would go on tour. Like I don't know if you could bring Danny back to Screaming Good. Like it upsets me so much.
Be like that, man. Blow your voice. Yeah, shit happens.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you blow your voice out, I feel like it's very hard to get back to where you originally were without a blown out voice. So at least you still do music. I mean, hey, whatever. I'll give him respect, you know.
Sure,
but
sure.
The tours are lit, guys. If you want to see them happen, they're gonna happen in this year. I'm just gonna put a number here. I don't know. Maybe they might happen, but if you want them to happen, we already talked about the Twitter thing earlier. So if you wanna manifest it. You know,
we have some stuff lined up for the summertime that'll be told very, very soon. Yeah, it's gonna be some fun stuff. So if anybody's into the MySpace core, just like the stuff we've been touring with, you're gonna like what we're doing.
Oh, right, there you go, Evan, giving a little tease there. So, next question, guys. Favorite TV show, favorite movie.
I'm a big superhero nerd. So my favorite movie of all time. So I used to say Spider-Man the original, but Spider-Man No Way Home
was really good.
Fucking blew my mind. So I think that might be my favorite movie of all time, and favorite TV show. Oh man, that's so hard.
Yeah, when we went to see No Way Home together with like the Black Lotus guys, like I've never heard more people like clapping in a theater.
Yeah, it was really so incredible. Like, oh my god! I was like, I don't even know what to say of it. I don't know what to say. This movie is so. You're like, shut the fuck. No,
I'm not a superhero person at all, and I shed tears. It was that good.
No, it's such a good movie.
TV.
Yeah. I guess I would go Futurama.
Ooh, classic.
Yeah.
For movies, I'm like not like a huge film buff, but I love Tarantino stuff. Like Reservoir Dogs is like one of my favorite fucking movies. Inglourious Bastards. For TV, Breaking Bad is like my favorite show ever.
Oh, for sure. That's a classic. That's like that one. I think I gotta go back and rewatch again because
I tried to rewatch it, and for some reason I just couldn't do it. Like it's just too heavy. And like I love psychological thrillers, like A Killing of a Sacred Deer is like one of my favorite recent movies. But and I love shit that just fucks with your head for I don't know why. But Breaking Bad, it was like too good that it was like I couldn't rewatch it. I don't know why. Like I watched the first episode, I was like, ugh. Like I just felt exhausted. But yeah.
I feel like it's like I feel like you get to that point where you're like, it's that good. Like you're like, I can't re-experience it the same way when I was just like,
that's just it.
Fresh. I got you. I feel that.
Yeah. It's like hearing your favorite record for the first time when it ends up being your favorite record. Like I remember the first time I heard Juggernaut by Periphery or the Loathe record.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of experience that you go through. For sure.
Yeah, you get all the like the arm tinglies. I got you. I know what you're talking about, Evan. But I gotta give a shout out that Spider-Man movie. no lie, I agree with you guys. I cried my eyes out as being like a Marvel stan, you know, like in the theater.
Yes.
Like no one was doing anything and I was freaking the fuck out. So I might have looked like a
Nobody was
maniac.
clapping or like cheering or nothing.
No one, like no one, and no
Ah,
one clapped. The weirdest thing was no one clapped for Daredevil, and that made me even more mad because I was like, "Yo, fam, like that show is sick, and you guys put zero respect on this man's name.
Daredevil was fucking
Disrespectful."
sick.
Yeah.
I was very upset about that, but Tom Holland, did a fantastic job, and then I'm not gonna spoil the
Absolutely.
rest of it because
Yeah, we can't spoil the rest, but it was so
Yeah.
beautiful.
it was as being an like I said, a 29-year-old, like to see from like the very start of Marvel to like obviously Spider-Man and going beyond, it's just it's wild to me as like just a nerd, and enjoying
Yeah,
that sort of
hell
stuff.
yeah.
So, but next question, guys. If you're trapped on a desert island for the next month and there was one record you could bring with you to listen to, what would it be?
What do you think?
That's so hard.
I don't know, because like my whole thing is listening to records. Like I'm not a single guy, so
Same.
that just does like, oh fuck.
See, like I love record. I don't think there's any lies for no. Probably Angus by Normandy.
Ooh,
Good
yeah.
record.
Yeah, like that record's like I feel like a lot of people like the new record more, or like White Flag,
Whatever Vultures is on.
Oh, that's self-titled.
Yeah.
I like that one.
That one's like underrated too.
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna shout out this random post-punk band from the UK that dropped a record that was like my favorite, number one from last year, called Squid. The record is called Bright Green Field, and if you're into experimental post-punk, then I would check it out. Joy Division type shit, Have a Nice Life type shit, Godspeed You Black Emperor type shit.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I'm a big.
yeah.
I like Joy Division, so I have to go.
Yeah.
Rewatch this interview and then listen to that album because
Yeah,
I'm
it's in that vein of stuff. They're in like the UK post-punk scene, bands like Black Country, New Road, Black Midi, Squid, all that good stuff. Yeah.
There we go, guys. Well, the second to last question I have for you, I've been asking a lot of bands I've been having on recently this question, and I feel like I have to ask you guys this. For people who watch this whole thing, shout outs to you. I appreciate you. But the second thing is, for fans that watch this interview, what do you want people to take away from Across the Whitewater Tower? Whether it be from more of a musical aspect, a lyrical aspect, or kind of a combination of two. I feel like, obviously music brings us all together. So I'm curious what your guys' take is on on the question.
For me, I can never really like ask or expect anyone to do anything,
Sure.
but I always hope that anyone would just give us, like less than like just shy of an hour out of their day to just jam our record or at least a few songs and just leave a comment and let us know what you think, whether you love it or hate it. But more importantly, I love when people come up to us at shows and they are strangers before and then now they're not strangers and
That's
then they
awesome.
keep coming back and we see familiar faces and just familiarizing yourself with the fans and getting to know everybody is really special and important to me, and my entire band can say the same thing. So I just hope people take away from this interview or just any other ones that we're all people, we're all down to earth people, and we want to talk to you and get to know you, and it's more to it than just the music. You want to add anything to that?
Yeah, so I don't know, like growing up I was in a bunch of terrible bands.
That's what's I.
And it's like it's just amazing seeing people come to shows and like support us. So like anybody that checks out our album, shares it, I really, really appreciate it because I was in that band that people would just be like, make fun of us.
Or look over,
Yeah.
or just
They would watch us, right? Just to laugh at us. Like
Oh.
that old band. So like any like support is just beautiful to me. I just love everyone who like supports us.
There we go. Well, that was, touch the soul here. I if I could, I'd shed a tear. but I have taken allergy medication, so that has locked all the tears into my face. But that's awesome. You know, honestly, you guys are like, you know, as soon as I started texting, you know, Evan on Instagram, like I already knew I had this like camaraderie and stuff. So, you know, shout outs to you guys. Seriously, go, you know,
Thanks,
check
dude.
out Across the Whitewater Tower. They were great live. I'm like really excited to actually see you guys again soon because you guys live locally. So, you know, very cool. But for people who don't live locally or, you know, maybe haven't heard of you, where can they find you at on social media? You know, what do you guys have coming up in the up and coming future, and anything else you want to plug or talk about?
So for the future, at least, like I mentioned earlier, we do have some tours coming up over the summer that we'll let everybody know about soon. We'll be pretty much all across the East Coast and Midwest, more or less.
Hey.
So we'll cover a lot of ground for sure. Anybody that's hasn't seen us before is definitely gonna get a chance to, with a bunch of different bands that we are really excited to go on the road with for sure. Other than that, musically, we definitely have some plans. We're gonna talk about some like instrumental stuff for the record, and then going forward with some new stuff. We definitely already have a few things planned out, and it'll be sooner rather than later. We want to keep the content rolling. And then as for social media plugs, Instagram is ATWWT Band. Same thing for Twitter. And then YouTube and Facebook at Across the Whitewater Tower. You can find us, same thing, on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Google, all that good stuff. And atwwt.com for merch and all the links provided.
There we go. Well, listen, I already saw you guys post about vinyl, so, you know, listen, I don't know if you got any left, but, you know, I'm gonna cop that shit because
For Phantom Pains, we just sold out of it on tour. But for the new record, there's definitely a few copies left that are available for pre-order. Those will be shipping in mid-July.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well,
also, we're playing Starcade in July. Come through.
It's July 23rd at the same venue you saw us at, Frenchtown, New Jersey, at Artie's
Very
with the
cool.
Skylit Drive. And then I mentioned earlier we have the other show August 6th with As Within So Without in Elizabeth at the Litter Box. And we'll be doing some other dates very soon after those two that we'll let everybody know about soon.
there we go. Gotta keep them on their toes, you know.
Yeah.
So, but again, guys, go check out Across the Whitewater Tower. I'm glad that I didn't fuck it up at all throughout this interview, which is very important to me. But go check them out. All of the links will be in the description to find out about their band, their music. Go support these guys. They seem like very humble, genuine dudes. So, you know me, always love doing that. So please go support them. If you enjoyed this interview, you know, I feel like a shiller, but I'm going to do it anyway. Please like, comment, subscribe. It goes a long way. And huge thanks to Evan and Miles for coming on, chatting about the band.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having us.